Hello everyone. So the last video clip was entirely a walkthrough through the entire project, where I was trying to demonstrate what exactly the project is and how its working functionalities are. In this clip, I'm going to talk about how I actually encountered upon the problem and what exactly I've tried to solve in there, or I've tried to create in there, and how exactly the challenges that I encountered while going through the project and the ones that I personally feel that I should have told in the previous clip as well. So the project that I completely made in the hackathon itself was it completely revolved around two set of ideas. One was taking the image in through the webcam and making and tracking the fingertips through a trained model, which I trained myself. It took quite a lot of time to train it myself. I used convolutional neural networks to train it and finally brought it up through the model. I also use some pre-trained libraries like from Google Studios, a few libraries which actually help me to track the fingertips, the positions of the index, and also the drawing libraries as well. This goes in for the completely for the image understanding and the classification of for the image processing and the image capturing and the tracking of the image of the fingertips, index fingers, and the thumb, both which were used during the click functionality. Moving to the second half of the project, the second half was actually made using a completely it was a web page. It was a web page where I've tried to incorporate Google Maps API and the more functionalities which have been included by CSS, HTML, and more of front-end developments. The entire functionality was working on a JavaScript base, and the dataset which was loaded it into a CSV format, which also I used the other datasets. I actually had access to some of the datasets, and the other of the datasets have been predicted using a machine learning model, the scikit-learn. I've used a linear regression in order to predict the other datasets, the comparatively the newer ones. I had the dataset for around 34 to 40 of the shops, the stores, and the other datasets. The names have been downloaded from a Google CSV file, and the regression model has been required in order to predict the open until time and the comparative cost prices of the stores, the comparative location. The Google Maps API completely handles where the background and how I'm going to locate. The scrolling in function is completely given in by the Google Maps EA, the Google Maps, the API functionality that I've tried to incorporate, and my own the personal put forward that I applied in there included mostly around making the web page, designing everything, and allowing all the functionalities to work on their sims, because I also had to incorporate the data and to classify it into a proper CSV format so that it can again be utilized by the project itself. This was of the second half. Yeah, compiling both the projects into a single one was actually a hectic task because both are completely on two different platforms. One works on JavaScript, and I've tried to incorporate few machine learning models in order to predict the other data, the store prices, and the open until timings. One had that. The store locator was actually based on JavaScript, React.js, HTML, CSS, and more of web page designing and sort of. And also, due to predicting of the data, I had used two machine learning models from scikit-learn, linear regression. Linear regression itself made it easier for me in order to predict the price, in order to predict the store prices and the open until times. And for the image classification one, for the image recognition one, I used the Google Studios offered library, OpenCV2 for the image capturing, webcam accessibilities, and the other subsequent libraries that come off with image processing and image recognition. So I believe I really did my best. I really did put my best foot forward for the hackathon, for the time given to us. And despite having and most of the challenges that I faced were trying to incorporate both the projects into a single one, because in order to like both are completely on different platforms, and in order to like and I had to like work on both the ends simultaneously in order to not let either of one die. Finally, I believe I did try my best, and now thank you. And I also am eagerly waiting for your response on this one. For this one, as I walk through the project or through the one where I showed you the entire project functionalities, I'm completely eager and waiting for all of your comments. Please do comment down there whatever you feel is right. Thank you. Do reach me out. Thank you.